Hey guys, it's Taylor back with Life with Taylor, and today we're going to be reacting to a new channel. So let's get into it. Also, I made kind of like a rhyme / rap kind of thing. It is on my phone, which is what chord. But I'm going to see if I can try to remember it. Okay. Okay, walk in. I'm sweating now. Hair's kind of crazy. I'm still in my PJs. Been recording a lot lately. Have you ever seen owl babies? They're ugly, by the way. We're gonna be reacting to some paranormal videos, so let's get on with the show. Sounded a lot better in my head and when I wrote it down. Actually, it'd be like, we're watching some paranormal videos, so let's get on with the show. I don't know. I sound very monotone. I don't know why. Hair's kind of crazy. Still in my PJs. Been recording a lot lately. Have you seen owl baby? That's like the only thing that I could come up with because they're ugly, but they're my favorite animal. All right, anyways, we're getting past the rhyme. I just thought it was funny. But somebody actually recommended this to me, so please hold. Let me find their username to shout them out. Okay, Edward 2000-590. Hunting Purgatory and MINDSEED TV. I think I looked into them both, but MINDSEED TV, wow, this lisp is really bad, has some new paranormal videos coming out now, so let's watch them.
Whatever keeps peeking out. Did it.
Have you ever had that feeling that you're not alone? Like something is watching you just out of sight? In today's video, we're looking at disturbing paranormal moments when people thought that they were alone and found out that they might not be. All these clips were sent in from viewers like you and user uploads across social media, so with that being said, turn out the lights and let's dive in. The empty store.
Not turning off lights.
The store manager claims the building he works in is haunted. Late one night, after closing, he decides to record.
Is that you?
Girl, I've already seen this.
Look, I'm here by myself. Nobody's here. It's just me.
While shutting down the store, he films the security monitors. Each camera shows the same thing. He is completely alone. With his phone still recording, he begins walking through the store, calling out to whatever he believes is there.
Come out. I'm not afraid of you.
You know what? It's probably just a guy. I don't know what movie it was, but my mom was watching it.
At first, nothing responds.
Channing Tatum.
Then he begins
but
to
there was a guy just like living in the store. I'll pop it up on the screen. Okay, so I think we've been over this. Actually, I remember watching this. I remember watching this because I said the exact same thing. I was like, we're not taunting ghosts. We're not calling them names. That is step one to getting a demon up your ass, aka being possessed or having an attachment.
You see that?
Ooh, his hair got pulled. Okay, Sissy, you got what you asked for. Don't disrespect the spirits. No.
Always trying to mess with me.
And then his like hoodie or hair was pulled.
As he reaches one section of the building, something suddenly happens behind him, causing him to panic. He spins the camera around and then runs. Moments later, he returns to the security monitors and rewinds the footage, trying to understand what happened behind him.
I'm here. Where am I? Look, there I am, right there.
That's when something disturbing appears.
Look, you see that? You see that?
As he walks past the camera, his hair lifts from behind, not from his movement, not from the wind, but as if something grabs his hair and pulls it.
Nah.
The manager insists no one else was in the store, and the camera shows no one was approaching him. So the question is, was this store actually haunted? And if not, what caused his hair to lift like this? Let me know what you think down below.
All right, I thought there was some more footage when I had originally watched it, but I'm not sure. I don't know, I'm gonna give that an 8. I think because he was provoking the ghost, that, you know, if I were a ghost and somebody was like, come on, bring it on, calling me names, I'd be like, okay, you're gonna get a broom shovel. You're gonna get the handle of a broomstick shoved up your ass. But, you know, doing a little little hair pull. It's a little nice of the ghost. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna give it an 8. Seems pretty real. There was nobody there. And he like whipped around. Like even if there was a green screen guy, I feel like it would take a lot. And it was like, I think it's real. So I'm gonna give that an 8. Open house.
A family shopping for a new home visits a house for the first time. As they walk through the halls, the kids are excited. The wife records on her phone, following her children and her husband as they explore the house.
Yeah, I'm scared of that. That's why I walked with it.
Bubby, you stay with us.
At first, nothing seems unusual.
Jadis.
Suddenly, a whisper can be heard, not from her or from her children, but something else. The voice quietly says a single name, Jadis, the name of her niece. What makes this even more unsettling is that no one noticed at the time. The whisper is only discovered later when the family watches the video back. They all insist that no one in the house said her name. So the question is, if none of them whispered Jadis, what did? Was this an extremely clear EVP captured on camera? Or was something else already inside the house? Let me know your thoughts.
Okay, I'm gonna give that a 6. I don't remember what I've ranked it before, but I'm sure all of these rankings are changing. I feel like it was somebody... Actually, I don't know why I'm giving it a 6. It was just kind of calling to me. I feel like it was probably just somebody with the group saying, hey, Jadis. I don't know, I feel like that's something, like why would just a random ghost, actually I'm gonna lower it to a 4. Why would a random ghost know the name of this lady's niece? Unless she's got an attachment, or it's like a invisible imaginating friend or something. Well, right, let's move on to the next one.
And speaking of things that are easy to miss, apparently now when you like a video that's in the scary category, it leaves a little ghost emoji. At least that's what I saw you guys commenting on the last video. So if you hit the like button down below, let me know if you see a weird little ghost emoji pop up.
Did you see it?
A young woman getting ready for an anniversary dinner records herself before leaving the house. However, she captures something unsettling.
It is our 2-year anniversary. Officially 2 years.
I've seen
We've
this.
been dating for 2 years, but we've known each other forever.
At first, everything seems normal, but almost immediately, something catches her attention. Moments later, her boyfriend walks into the room behind her. Nervously, she asks him if he saw someone walk through the room.
You didn't just see something come in here?
She quickly checks the nearby bedroom, and no one is there. At the time, they brush it off. But later, when the footage is slowed down, something disturbing becomes visible. A figure can clearly be seen walking into the room behind her. It doesn't resemble either of them.
Yeah, it looks like,
And the fact
like
that no
woman.
one was in the room when she checked is what makes it most disturbing. So if no one else was inside the house, who walked through the room? Many people commented on this post saying that it's always a bad idea to have 2 mirrors facing each other. I can agree to that from personal
Oh my god, there
experience.
are.
But what do you think? If no one else was inside the house, what or who walked into that room?
I think the one thing that kind of catches my eye is how she's holding it, like right here. Look, see how she's not mainframe and this is kind of like centered. That's the only thing that kind of caught my eye, but maybe it's just the way she was holding it, and you know, we can't always get it centered. I'm gonna say that is definitely creepy. It looks like a female figure, and she did check the room, but I think the most interesting part of this video is that there are 2 mirrors facing each other, which is known to create a portal. And I don't know if it's common anymore. Sorry, this retainer is like killing me. Actually just gonna take it out because I feel like it's making my speech worse. I don't know if it's common anymore, but at least in my grandma's house, there are 2 like, I don't think they're medicine cabinets actually. I think they're just 2 mirrors like on each side of the wall, and then like a wall of mirrors facing the shower. And it kind of creates a vortex, the 2 facing mirrors, which is supposed to make like a portal, I guess. And I don't know why, but like that, like her bathroom gives me really weird vibes at night. Maybe because it doesn't have a door and it's just kind of open to the rest of her room. but definitely weird. I don't like mirrors on mirrors. So, you know what? I'm going to give it a 7 because I am interested in it. I'm interested more about this, but my only kind of thought is like, was there anybody else there? I know people are like, it was just me and my boyfriend, nobody else. But it's like, I don't trust anybody. I need the proof. I need the evidence. I need the science. Even though, you know, sometimes the paranormal is not based off science. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more evidence that nobody was there, but it looks like she was also filming on like an iPhone 4? I don't know. Something other than something older. Let's move on. Haunting
A
presence.
security guard working the night shift at a crematorium claims many employees believe that the building is haunted. One night while on duty, he decides to record a walkthrough. Almost immediately...
Okay, this is a video. This is going to be a video of videos I've already seen. So, that's what I get for trying something new.
...to distort.
They turn off automatically at a certain hour. And I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna walk you through.
At several points, it sounds as if something is interfering with the recording.
And I have a friend that works.
But there's something here that's even more horrifying. If you listen carefully, it almost sounds as if an eerie moan can be heard coming through the static as he's beside the furnace.
And I have a friend that works.
It just kind of sounds like a weird interference thing.
That he would see and hear things coming from these furnaces when they're burning the bodies.
He continues through the building and enters a room where urns are kept and prepared for families.
So when I'm walking through here, they usually put the urns out to send to the families.
Turning on the lights, he begins explaining the space, but then he hears something outside the room.
I walk right by these urns that they put on these tables here. And then I come down, freaking out.
A sliding sound comes eerily close from behind him, sounding as if it's inside the room.
Sorry, I had to pause. There was like that weird film thing that you get like on your lips after you've brushed your teeth. Anyways.
The sound can be heard again. Many didn't notice, but he captured a very disturbing detail while filming this moment. If you watch closely, one of the lids can be seen sliding closed.
This is one of the best videos I've seen. This continues to impress me every time I see it. Because I feel like it would take a lot of force to move the top of the urn because it's kind of like a stone. And for it to even slide, but to
Visibly
lift
shaking, the
up.
guard leaves the area. But as he looks back, something even more startling happens.
Yeah.
You can clearly see that something moves the plastic drapes after he exits.
Yes!
Almost as if it were following him. So what do you think caused all the disturbances with the audio? Was it possibly a spirit telling him not to film there? And if nothing was touching the urn, what moved the lid? Maybe, just maybe, something was getting back into the urn or coming out.
Yeah. Lifting. That is great. It's a crematorium. They're burning literally dead people. So, I mean, I would be surprised if it wasn't haunted. But that is very solid proof, and I really like that video. So it's getting a 10. I feel like the interference could be explained, but it is definitely unsettling because of the place that this was filmed at. And, you know, there were other accounts of things happening, but to actually catch multiple things occurring in the same video is definitely multiple things that seem undebunkable occurring in the same video is definitely rare. I mean, the kind of tarps moving at the end could have been a draft of wind, but that seemed like it was literally somebody walking through. The urn, how would you move that? You can't move it with a string. I mean, maybe you could, but you'd have to see somebody visible, you know? And then the audio interference, again, it could be explained, but it's definitely, I feel like it plays a part in the haunting because, you know, spirits and stuff. I don't know. Let's move on. A dark figure. Now, let's hope I haven't seen this one.
A dark figure. A woman is watching TV in her living room late at night with no one else in the house besides her and her dogs, when something strange happens.
Dogs are ready for bed. Here I go to bed myself.
I've seen this one.
Suddenly, one of the dogs reacts to something.
This is another good one. I really like
A
this
dark
one.
figure appears to be peeking out from a doorway near the entrance of the hall. At first, it's barely visible, until this happens.
What the is that? What? Oh, God! Fuck!
The figure quickly pulls back into the
Yeah.
darkness, startling
Yeah.
the woman. She
Amazing.
panics and the clip ends. But later, when the footage is reviewed frame by frame, the shape becomes harder to dismiss. It doesn't move like a shadow, and it doesn't behave like a trick of light. So the question remains, if she was truly home alone, what could this have been watching her from the hallway?
That would be
Let me
my
know your
exact
thoughts
reaction.
down below.
What the is that? What? Oh, God! Fuck!
Except there would probably be
Not
more
alone.
expletives, explicit words. I don't know. That's getting a 10. Because I feel like you would be able to make some sort of face out if it was a human. If it were a human, my brain's fried, y'all. Yeah, definitely weird. Another great video. Does 10 seem too high? I think I'm gonna give it a 10. I think the fact that it reacted so quickly, like I don't feel like a human could be that quick. It was like darting. And the animals did definitely notice a shift in energy, light, presence, I don't know, something along those lines. And I fully believe animals and children are more susceptible to the paranormal. They have like a sixth sense. I don't know why. I don't know. I just feel like they have more connection compared to like the amount of adults that have a connection. But yeah, I'm gonna give that a 10. That's a really good one. Really, really classic one. Not alone. Who wants to bet if I've seen this one? I'll say I have. We're going on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 videos I've seen.
A couple records a short clip while checking into an Airbnb cabin for the first time. The man films from the outside, commenting on how nice the place looks.
This place is so cool, isn't it?
Inside,
6 for
his
6.
girlfriend leans out of an open window and agrees. But in that moment, something moves behind her.
What the? Somebody in there with you?
It happens fast. The man asks if someone else is inside the cabin. She says no. However, later when the footage is slowed down, something unsettling appears. A small figure clearly passing through the background. It looks like a child.
Ew.
Somebody in there with you?
I wasn't saying ew because it was a child. I was like, it looks like
And the clip ends
a
there.
weird cryptid,
One
like a
can't help but to
skin
wonder,
cryptid.
if no one else was inside the cabin, who walked past the window?
Okay. Another great one. Another great one. So far, we've only had one that has ranked below 5. Everything else has been above 6. But this is going to get a 9. This is another great one. I like how he immediately went in to check. Didn't look like there was anything in there. It didn't look like it was edited in. If so, girl, get yourself a job in Hollywood because that's amazing. It looks real to me. And he seemed genuinely like, is there somebody in there with you? Again, if he was faking it, go to Hollywood. There's a spot waiting for you there. Yeah, it's getting a 9. Also, the sun is moving, so it's making me look weird. Are we gonna be 7 for 7 here?
Dark rituals. A young woman claims she hears her sister's voice coming from inside an abandoned house. Despite the home appearing empty, the lights inside are still on.
I don't know why the lights are on. I just heard my sister's voice.
She begins recording and bravely walks into the
She
front door of the
sounds
home.
scared. Also, have not seen this. Of course, there's
Inside, she finds a living room with several chairs arranged in a circle.
2
Then,
rocking
she
chairs.
notices something else. A dark room just off to the side.
So many chairs. Seance, definitely see.
Inside that room, there's a single chair.
Ew.
As she slowly approaches, the chair suddenly slides towards her, causing her to scream and run.
Oh my god, wait. I was distracted because I had goosebumps.
The recording ends here. The young woman insists no one else was inside the house, and her sister
Unfortunately.
was not there at all that night. So the question is, if her sister
That's not
never
going to cut
spoke
it for me.
and no one
Thank
was
you very
present,
much.
what could have called out to her pretending to be her sister? And what moved the chair when she walked into the room?
Thank you very much. So the first video that I haven't seen in this video gets a 6. I don't know. I can't take somebody's word saying like, oh yeah, I heard my sister in there. Where's the proof? Where's the evidence? I need a side-by-side clip of what you heard and what your sister sounds like. But also, I don't know. It was so dark in that room that her sister could have been in there. It could have been like a prank thing. And somebody could have pushed the chair. I don't know. It was too dark in that room to even tell. So it's getting a 6. Slightly like higher than a 5 because I'm like, could be something creepy. Definitely a creepy vibe in there. But I need proof. I need more proof. I can't just go based off of a 10-second clip. Next. The altar.
The altar.
Creepy.
A man is conducting a paranormal investigation inside a church late at night. A statue of the Virgin Mary stands nearby beneath a large crucifix mounted up on the wall. Believing a female presence may be in the building, he begins calling out, asking if anyone
Oh, I
is
feel like
there.
a church at night. Is that thing gonna move?
At first, nothing happens, and then suddenly a noise can be heard.
¿Está aquí con nosotros todavía? No mames.
It sounds as if something small has fallen or shifted on its own. Now fully alert, he continues speaking, and that's when something else happens.
Gracias, Juanilla, diga por tus estendí. No mames. No, güey.
A small stool sitting near the altar suddenly slides several feet across the floor with no one near it. The movement is clear. There's no visible explanation.
But didn't he say, are you here with us?
No marchen. No estoy moviendo la toma. Estoy prácticamente caminando. No sé si vieron, todo se movió.
So what do you think caused this? A subtle environmental factor inside of an old building?
No mames.
Or something responding to him from a place meant to be sacred? Watcher in the...
Okay. My only question is, was there somebody else there? Because I'm kind of envisioning like the loud tap, I guess it was identified as, being somebody like off to the side holding a string and like the floor kind of shifted and it made a crack and he was like, you know, like, oh no, you made a sound, and then he pulled the stool thing. But I don't know, I'm gonna give it a 7. I feel like, no, I need something between a 6 and a 7. Should I do 6.5? We're gonna do 6.5. I don't really like using half numbers, but I'm indecisive. So yeah, I feel like it could potentially be haunted since you are at night investigating a church. You're destined to get something there, girl. But let's move on. Watcher in the woods. Great.
A woman is filming herself late at night deep in the woods. She's there exploring local urban legends, sitting alone in front of a camera with nothing but a flashlight.
I just don't know. Nothing's really happening. I'm scared. I'm not scared. I'm nervous, but...
Then suddenly, a rustling sound comes from the bushes behind
Bigfoot.
her. She turns, shining
Bigfoot,
the
it's
flashlight, and then stands up, stepping out of frame for a moment. At the time, she didn't seem to notice anything unusual. But when the footage is reviewed later, something disturbing appears in the background.
Okay.
Far off in the distance, a pale figure can be seen crawling on all fours.
Seems like it's a part of the video. I was
It's only
thinking maybe
visible
it's
for
like
a brief moment before blending back into the trees.
But she like found it.
What's that? Someone...
Shaken by the sounds, she decides it's time to leave. As she walks
I
through
wouldn't
the
bring
woods, she
just a,
continues filming, and that's when things get even
flashlight.
stranger.
I'd be so over-prepared.
Guys, I'm really trying to give you guys videos out here, but this place is terrible. To the core. But I'm fascinated with it at the same time. I'm hearing noises, dude, and I don't know if it's clicking, I can't hear it. It's like a...
I'd bring like a shit ton of batteries and clothes and food for like weeks. In case I got stranded out there.
Up ahead, something can be seen again. The same shape and the same pale presence.
Wait, I can't see it.
It appears to watch her for a moment before crawling back out of sight. Unsure of what she encountered, she later uploads the footage online to get other opinions.
Skinwalker.
So what do you think this was? A misidentified animal distorted by darkness and fear? Or something that was following her through the woods the entire time?
I don't know. It seems creepier than an animal. I'm gonna give it a 7. I am interested in it. The only thing is it looks like the stereotypical, you know, picture of the infamous Skinwalker thing, which I discovered a couple weeks ago was fake. You know, I'm not stupid, but I, for some reason, thought that that was real. But like, it looked like it was a part of the video. You know, it didn't look like it was edited in. The only thing is why didn't she react when she saw it? You know, like if I saw that, I'd be like, I guess frozen in fear, like not talking to see what it does next. But I'm gonna give it a 7. Let's see if there's one more.
Definitely some weird stuff, and I enjoy checking out all these creepy clips from you guys. So
that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I both on this channel and my dad and I's channel, we've gotten some requests to react to this channel. I think it's pretty fun. I definitely like how it kind of, actually I think it's the same person. I think Edward just really wants us to watch MINDSEED, so we did. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Should I keep reacting to MINDSEED? Because to be honest, every channel I watch is reusing videos, which unfortunately was the case with this one. So, but we did see some new clips. But yeah, while you're down there commenting, click all the buttons, you know what to do. And I hope you guys have a good day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world viewing this, and peace.